Okay, the location will be?
Sydney Fairgrounds at the Event Center.
So do you have, I know you weren't here for last year's, but do you have pretty much the same amount of services available than Shannon described?
I think so. I think so. And we're only doing it over a one-day period. As Shannon said, we learned from last year. And so everything that was offered last year, we're trying to offer this year and trying to add to that as well. This year we do have legal services to help vets overcome small legal happenstances that hold them back in overall society.
And explain that a little bit.
A veteran court will be coming, and then instead of going through all the legal courses and all the legal fees, just a little court's being set up so that they can get lawyers provided and get their
like a record?
Yeah, I guess the charges against them or something. Most of it's really just really simple, and it just takes time and money, and so we're just trying to make it as easy as possible for them to leave that behind them. And
so if a vet has like a misdemeanor or an inconsequential, is there such a thing, felony?
Like a bench warrant, something really simple that they don't feel comfortable coming in anymore to vet services or to job services because they think that they could possibly get the police called on them.
Okay, so will this be able to be resolved then at the stand down, or is it just a beginning process?
No, it will be totally resolved.
Great. Other types of services available?
Mental health, suicide prevention, domestic violence, and Army surplus, food, just a variety of services offered. And so, and women and children, women of vets, anyone that's provided through veteran services is
so families
welcome.
Are encouraged to come as well?
Indeed, all.
You have
families.
some immunizations also available?
Yes, we're having flu shots and then some Hep A and tetanus shots for those that are in real need.
And a charge for those?
None.
Okay. How is this looking then, Shannon, as you're watching Sydney put this on?
Well, I hope they're going to be bigger and better than us. You know, we had ours last year, and there were mistakes made and lessons learned, and I think that Sydney will do even a better job than what we did.
Okay. How is the state reacting to the stand downs across the state? Have you had any feedback at all, Shannon?
It's been really positive. I think it's actually probably pushed some of the Western job services to be a little more involved in dealing with the veterans. Maybe a little bit of, not jealousy, but it's prompted people to do more work with veterans and to improve. And I think in the past, job services just kind of been there doing more just with helping people find employment, and they're expanding more of what they're doing with the stand downs.
Does job service and do many employers offer a veteran's preference when hiring?
There aren't a lot locally. Government agencies, anybody that's a federal contractor has to. So like the city, county, and the state have to have a veteran's preference policy in place. And then the federal contractors.
And what does that mean?
They have to, and I don't remember the contract amount per year, but if say the TV station received X amount of dollars, and I think it's 100,000, they have to have a policy in place to provide preference of hiring of veterans.
When you put a stand on, you mentioned it cost about $7,500. How are you funding yours in Sydney? Do you have any idea?
We have some grants, and along with just the community giving back, a lot of things are being paid for by donations or given to us.
And is your funding running about the same, your costs and so forth about the same as last year here?
I couldn't say off the top of my head.
I think some of it depends on with the immunizations as far as if they get donated or not. That could shoot the cost up a little bit, but it's going to be comparable.
Okay. What's the community response been so far as you're planning your stand down?
Really excited. The more we go out into the community and tell them about the stand down and tell them how we need volunteers and what we need. The community's just been great. We have a coat drive going on right now, and so many coats have been coming in. Our care kits, we need small-sized toiletries to give out to those veterans that need some help keeping clean. Those have just been given freely, just continually come in every day.
Is there anything else that you need now in advance of the stand down that the community possibly doesn't know about?
We need small-sized shampoo, razors, shaving cream, and deodorant. And then just coats and blankets would be great, of all sizes. Because you got to remember that veterans have families, and if they can't afford a coat themselves, they're definitely trying to give it to their children.
Do you have transportation in place for those that are maybe coming in from the reservations in eastern Montana?
We do.
They're one of the local job service people in Wolf Point has a big transport van that he'll be bringing veterans from Wolf Point. And then David Boyd, who is a member of the VFW in Brockton, if I remember right, he's going to use a church van to shuttle people back and forth from the reservation.
And you're not necessarily just talking homeless because of the services available.
Right.
Totally, what kind of information can veterans or homeless veterans expect to find in Sydney? Primarily from the VA. They'll be there, right?
Right. I think it's going to be similar to ours. You'll have the homeless coordinator there. There will be somebody there from the benefits office that will be able to talk to veterans about different benefits that are available. The VA suicide prevention, I think this year Sydney was luckier than we were to get the VA female VA female coordinator to come down. She had a previous engagement, so she couldn't come to ours. But basically, I think there will be a representative from almost every area of the VA there. So.
Did you find in last year's stand down, Shannon, that there was one area that had a longer line than other areas?
I think the benefits people.
The benefits?
Yep.
Throughout the year, you've also been in touch with other agencies regarding Veterans Affairs. What other agendas do you have?
Well, we've started a veteran service provider meeting, and we don't have a regularly scheduled meeting yet. I don't know if I want to do it monthly, every 6 weeks, or quarterly. But what that's going to be for is getting groups of people together, job service, Senator Baucus, Senator Tester's representatives, Action for Eastern Montana, mental health, alcohol and drug, together. And if we have specific veterans in the area that have specific needs, we can help them or streamline the process so they can get in earlier and also to work on larger projects.
Okay. And the Veterans Administration is also working on a program, a 5-year plan?
Yes. In January, I went to a meeting in Helena, and the VA has come up with a 5-year plan to end homelessness for veterans. I'm not real sure where they're at with, where they feel the pulse of it is at now. But I have a meeting that I go to in September in Kalispell, and they're going to give us an update of where they are. I think last year the statistic was that there were 133,000 homeless veterans on any given night. And I looked this morning on the same website, and they're saying 107,000. So it looks like there's been some things done. They're improving. It's still a huge number, but it looks like things are improving.
If you know of someone then who knows a vet who needs services, this is an opportunity. Melissa, go through again the schedule of the stand down in Sydney.
We're September 17th at the Sydney Fairgrounds at the Event Center, and opening ceremonies begin at 8. Breakfast is at 8:30, lunch at noon, and dinner at 5.
And more volunteers needed for the actual day?
Definitely. We're accepting volunteers for the 15th, the 16th, the 17th, and 18th for setup, for the actual day, and then for takedown. And so all of these days are days that we need help.
Do you need to talk with volunteers in advance so you can give them direction?
We would really love if you could call the office in Sydney, 433-1204, and let us know that you're coming, give us a heads up so that we can we can tell you what days we need you and what areas would be the best to work in.
Okay, and in closing, Shannon, anything you'd like to say about the stand down in Sydney?
If you want to take part in a really, really cool event and help some people that really need the help, you know, like Melissa said, give them a call and volunteer. Or if you have a coat to donate, we're also accepting coats here, winter coats.
For all ages,
All ages.
men and women and children.
Definitely.
Okay.
Gloves, scarves, anything will help during the winter.
Okay, thank you both for providing this service to our veterans. Shannon Kadrmas and Melissa Logan with the Job Services in Sydney and Glendive and the Eastern Montana Stand Down. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for Let's Talk About It, I'm Dorothy Sterlogson. Thank you for joining us.